Hi, it's Joy and today I'm going to be watching Batwoman Season 2, Episode 9, or Rule Number 1. Oh my goodness, the ending of the last episode. So Kate is alive and they have found the perfect way to get around the casting change without having to just recast and have us everyone not notice. But everyone thinks Kate's dead and I'm not prepared for the emotions of this episode. So much happened in the last one. I don't even know where the show's going to go next. I don't want to wait any longer. You can find the unedited version of my reaction on Patreon, and let's go. I'm not prepared to watch Mary go through mourning Kate all over again when Kate's alive. Kate's funeral, right? Did someone take that from Kate? Is that a thing you can survive having taken from you?
Since I can't lay flowers at your gravesite either, I have another idea. This plant was my connection to my mama. Then it turned out to be more than a plant. It's a desert rose from Koreana. Probably snuck over to the States by
You're gonna get Kate back, okay? You're gonna get it back. And she'll need a lot of help. They're not gonna be looking anymore, which is what whoever has her wanted, I guess.
And the woman who changed me. Like everything.
I know Kate's not dead.
Temporary.
But it still feels real. Their grief is real.
I'm it. I am Batwoman.
You are, my love.
Goodbye, Kate.
We'll make them believe in life after death.
Who is this fucker? And how can we have him killed quickly? I'm really sad about what Kate's been through as well.
Fund the police.
Defunding the police means reducing your budget in areas like officer bonuses and cannabis regulation, and redistributing the funds to things like mental health, education, and...
You don't like me? Run.
She will. I'm on your team.
But somehow, it all feels a little less awful when you're around. And I know Luke feels it too, so thank you.
I love them all.
You saved my life. We have to take care of each other.
Oh.
Smells so good in here. So I'm trying to say I'm sorry.
Are we just gonna repeat the same cycle?
And Cora adopted you, and I was like on my own, crushed, but happy for you.
Just being honest for once.
But now I can.
This could be the start of healthiness.
I am moving forward in my life. And as long as you keep doing your thing, slinging snakebite, we don't work.
This is healthy, Ryan. This is right.
You said you couldn't get out.
I found someone worth turning my life around for.
Oh, this is actually really promising if it's true.
Running all the way from Koreana just to die.
Okay.
I figured you were in here. You invited me for tea.
Hallucinations are happening. Wonderful. Alice, this is healthy. I'm intrigued to see where Alice goes from here. Like, she's found out a lot of interesting things about her past. Oh, great. You are a target. And now you're dead. You are a dick, so team that girl to replace you. Oh no. Be safe.
Can we help you?
Are you behind the false face gang?
Enough.
There's nothing there.
Oh.
Hang on. Go back.
Yeah, they've looped the footage. I love that everyone has the same tools.
Someone scrubbed 5 minutes on both sides of the murder.
Tagger could have seen the shooter.
The shooter could have seen them. So how do we track down a potential witness and protect them solely based off the words?
Please do.
I think I found it.
Literally how?
Social media.
Yeah, Mary is a wizard.
Oh, and the monochrome. Angelique didn't come by yesterday. Or...
Yep.
Whoa, I thought that was over.
I love that they are like a well-oiled team right now.
You were listening? Well,
Of course.
Just in case I had to step in and defend. So...
She's a very supportive friend.
She's a huge part of my life.
But...
Hey, I'm in.
She needs to prove she's going to be clean and away from everything.
Login information.
I'm not giving my name to the crows. I may as well just do a sit down with Vesper Fairchild. The crows don't keep people like me safe, and you know it.
Sophie, you need to be part of an institutional change here.
For help?
Not Sophie the Crow.
Oh my god.
You're Batwoman.
wonder what her relationship with Sophie's been since Sophie came out.
You can trust her.
That's a big step from Sophie. They have made progress in their Batwoman Sophie relations.
Two got out of the car and I saw the driver's bracelet.
Ooh.
It was a big gold key. It looked Ritz.
Oh.
Everything okay?
You mean the same island you risked everything to get to in order to see me again?
Yep.
Well,
I asked the universe for my sister, and this is what I get.
Yes,
I'm not sure why
Alice.
that's surprising.
You
never
could do with some help.
Cheers to that.
nothing about your plan and
False Faith is run by a psychopath named Black Mask who will leave me for dead in a sewer before I ever get on a witness stand.
This is a really stressful situation.
How?
I know Batwoman.
This is going to sound. If you're willing to take it, but you need to take it.
Can I think about it?
No, that's never good in this sort of situation.
You didn't.
Change.
You literally just said the word.
We have to hope
Getaway car.
that she's changed. That's what we have to do.
You have my back, right?
Not Alice. No one is ever Alice. Until they are, because someone let them be.
That's the logic that is why I'm saying Alice can't stay like this, being a serial killery, for 10 seasons, because that makes all of these characters that don't stop her culpable too.
An hour to talk. But after that, I'll call the cops myself.
It's the best thing for Angelique too, because if they know she wants out, she's a liability. They'll probably go and kill her anyway.
Yeah. But she's so cringe.
Ooh.
Party wake.
Before it starts.
Currently, I'm working with grassroots organizations to get.
That is the way forward.
Skid Row. And sis just came out of the closet.
What are you talking about?
No.
Me being your white woman. In case you missed
At
it.
least she's supportive, unlike the other.
Mom told you?
Doesn't mean I do.
That's good.
Thank you.
You really... I know that you don't like her job, but you could have reached out slightly sooner to tell her that you still loved her.
Fire.
I didn't have Luke puts his faith in a snakebite dealer on my bingo card.
Putting my faith in Ryan.
Yeah.
You were right. We're the bat team.
I love
And
this.
The only way it works is if we have each other's back.
Anything else anyone wants to add? Starts with the F, ends with me saying I told you so.
Even if we don't agree with the method, we have to trust you to make the hard decisions.
We're a team.
You're a team and I love it. They're going to be just a completely unified team and then Kate's going to come back into their lives. Oh god.
Angelique.
Oh, please say that she got one of the attackers and ran. Oh no. This is the same guy that has Kate.
To the wise.
I love how confident Ryan is in her Batwoman role right now.
Ask them that.
Don't get distracted! And don't distract her. Eee!
And you failed.
This is the guy
Termination.
that was making his... we had no other reason to see him, admittedly. This is the dude that was like, I'm from a cosmetics company and what can we do to help you, police? Oh, this is awful. What has Kate been through?
Next. My daughter was imprisoned by the crows and killed by Batwoman.
She killed in England.
But you've taken on the symbol of the woman who did it, so tell me, is that change?
That's why you took Kate.
Pandering to a sick
Who did Kate kill?
extremist crows.
The accountability.
They will indeed. But not because of anything you did.
See, that's his way of saying he killed Kate. Killed Kate, has Kate. Come on, someone stop this. Is Angelique free? Oh, Sophie!
I got you.
I think...
Ryan was actually serious.
Oh.
Angelique's gonna take down False Face. And we're gonna protect her.
I hope.
Both know you didn't pull the trigger on Forbes.
A witness saw you drive the getaway car.
She's been scared into taking the fall.
Didn't commit. I killed Forbes,
She wouldn't... She'd be killed.
and I acted alone. Never be my damn rights to take me to jail.
Why would she destroy the rest of her life to cover for a bunch of false-faced thugs?
Did they threaten her,
Because
Ryan?
apparently, Black Mass threatened to kill a certain bartender that Angelique had been texting with to get back together. Angelique was willing to risk her own life. But there was one thing she wasn't willing to risk.
Angelique actually was making changes. And I was rooting for that. We need to prove that it was falsifiers going and get her out of prison.
That's how the law works.
And that's exactly why all these systems are broken.
You're right.
So what are you gonna do about it?
I don't know. I know that can't be the way it is.
Good. See, the responsibility isn't just Sophie's, but she does have a responsibility to start the movement, to be part of it.
I don't remember speaking with you.
Oh. So she, in her investigation, she did do this. Enigma, is that who's here? That's that person that changed Alice's memories.
Bruce Wayne had the back code for himself. I'm declaring the
Rule 1, Rule 2, Rule 3.
Rule number 3. We've got each other's backs, and we stand for something bigger than ourselves.
I love this.
It's a little easier said than done. What are you thinking?
I want us to bring it to life. What do you say?
I like this. Actually making steps to make a difference. You know, the problem is huge and into Mansborn. This will just be one part of the change. But it's still important.
I'm having a psychotic break.
When your reality is too much for you to process, you imagine things askew, so they're easier to digest.
Pretend you're in Wonderland drinking tea.
Spare yourself the pain. Your mind is limitless, Alice. If it can make you believe
No.
setting your dead cat right,
It can make me believe in a world where Kate never existed.
Alice, make healthy choices. I mean,
forget you, Kate.
oh god. How much has Kate suffered? I hate this so much.
My name is Enigma.
Oh.
Goodbye to KK.
What is the plan here? I just want them to find Kate. I have to begin the healing process and everything. So by the sounds of it, Enigma's gonna make Kate not know she's Kate, and then I guess she'll be out in the world doing criminal stuff for the faceless gang, and then Batwoman team will be against this random person who has supposedly has mannerisms like Kate, but isn't. I hate this. I just want them to find Kate and be like, it's a lot. We've got a lot of the season left. Alice is gonna just self-mind wipe. I mean, not healthy, Alice. Please try and make some healthier choices. What does she do now? God, I'm just so stressed. So the head of the False Face gang is very, very disturbing. He's a very chilling guy. I still kind of feel like he's the makeup dude that we saw in that, like, who did the random press conference, because I'm like, they seemed similar, and why else did we see that guy? And if he's into makeup and face changing, then maybe that's why he's the face-off gang, because, like, you can change your whole face with makeup or whatever. But his story about Batwoman killed his daughter. I honestly cannot think of why. If there's a really obvious thing as to what that is referring to, because the only person Kate has killed was Thingamajig. You know who Cartwright is the only person she's killed. And even then she felt terrible about it. Now, does he mean in some kind of collateral damage, or she didn't manage to save the person? I don't know. His superheroes aren't, vigilantes especially, aren't superhuman. But I mean, they aren't, like, perfect. They aren't able to just do everything wonderfully. So I am intrigued to find out that story. And I kind of hope that if we want to find out who he is, we need Black Mask, or whatever he calls himself. Ryan knows that he blames Batwoman for losing his daughter, so they need to go over every single incident Kate ever dealt with and find out any girls, women, people of the female persuasion who died, and try and trace back to who could be the Black Mask. Like, we have a lead that I really hope we're going to explore further. Angelique, I'm really sad for. I feel like her character is one that I hope sticks around. I mean, okay, for now she'll be in prison. Maybe Ryan will visit her to try and get some information. I don't know. But for now, I guess she's not going to have a huge part. But if we presume that the Black Mask guy is villain of the series, and he will be gone by the end of the series, touch wood. Like, that's kind of the way the arcs of the Arrowverse shows tend to work. So that being said, if we find him and then we can prove that he did all of this, Angelique can be freed, I guess? I don't know. In some ways, it's good that she's kind of stepping up and taking some responsibility, although not for a murder rap, because she let Ryan go to prison and everything. But I think for her, it was really important that she made the decision to get out before she got sucked in deep. She didn't totally choose Ryan over that life, but she reevaluated her life choices and picked Ryan as the good part of it, and that is important. But what I think for me is the most important is that Ryan didn't just open her arms and accept her back. Ryan is in a really healthy mindset now, where she was like, well, no, you know, if you're still in that gang, this is not good for me. I am moving forward, you need to too. And I think in order to do any kind of more relationships type of development, Ryan would have wanted proof that she was making those changes. It doesn't stop Ryan from loving her, doesn't stop Ryan from having that connection with her, because they have the kind of bond that will never be broken. So I'm really sad for Ryan. She really thought Angelique was going to be on the right path now, and there is a bump in that road, but I'm viewing it as a bump and not as a permanent derailment. Team Batwoman is everything. I love this Bat family. The make a legacy that is beyond just stopping crime, because yeah, like, you do need, like, I am firmly team defund the police. Now obviously ignorant idiots are like, well, you need a police force. Like, okay, yeah, we will need some police to a degree, but there are so many more instances where police shouldn't be the first people, and okay, we need to have more resources so that there is less crime in the future, you know, there's all sorts of things like that. Sophie's sister Jordan did a much better job of summing up the arguments than I will. I like that kind of they've got this policy of they're going to make real positive change. Like, they're not just going to kind of take away the negative, they're not gonna, you know, they're gonna try and get a net positive, they're gonna try and do good, and I love that. And holding each other accountable while having each other's backs, that is so important, because it's very easy with people you love to look the other way when they're doing something wrong, or to give them the benefit of the doubt because you love them and you know that, like, there's a reason behind it or whatever, but it's important that they hold each other accountable while also supporting each other. So this Team Bat, I love. I think over the last month, I think the whole almost dying, really Ryan has managed to prove herself to herself, and she feels at home here. She feels like she's got a role with Luke and with Mary. She feels like she's Batwoman and she's making a difference, and now she's really found her stride and her purpose as Batwoman. I think that's really important. I love seeing how confident Ryan was in the suit, how confident Ryan was in her role as Batwoman, and this team is beautiful. How Luke stood up for Ryan at various points. I think we've had some really good character development, so that much so that I think that when Kate comes back, because she will, it's going to be some sort of a devastating plotline, I'm sure, she will be firm in her relationships there. She's not going to feel like those will be threatened in the same way. I know Kate will be in no position to be Batwoman again, but I think it's important that their bonds are really strong and sturdy. Alice is having a mental breakdown, like she does. I really want Alice to make choices that aren't serial killer related. Now, it's interesting if she does manage to convince herself she doesn't have a sister. Obviously, at some point, she will be confronted with the fact that Kate is still alive, which will make her remember her sister. But if anything, I wish Alice would be making choices away from giving in to her desires to make the pain away, she should really be choosing this time to fight through the pain and grief, to try and come out the other side and be a real person for once, rather than some messed up thing that Enigma helped make. Now, the fact that Enigma is running around on the scene hopefully means that if Alice finds out she's around, Alice might want to go and get revenge on her, or at least want her to kind of try and undo some of the damage, or I don't know, I feel like maybe that will spur Alice into fighting for herself. Because a lot of Alice just tends to, like, life hurts her and she throws a temper tantrum and hurts people, rather than standing up for herself. That is the thing. Alice acts like, oh, I became a serial killer because I was hurt and I stood up for myself. It's like, no, standing up for yourself will be atoning for the actions that you committed, realising that you were not in a healthy mental state at the time, and trying to make a difference. And that's the future I want for Alice. I know people have said that she has various iterations in comics, and I don't want to know anything like that. I don't want any spoilers about where you think they're going to go with Alice. I just hope this season we're going to see her start to move into a new direction that will be one that will be really promising for her, because it's kind of like Mary said about holding people accountable. There are only so much leeway you can give someone before they become Alice, and that's why I think Alice won't work if she stays in the show in this capacity, being, you know, Alice in Wonderland, crazy serial killer, because there will come a point when it is just ludicrous that they haven't stopped her. There will become a point where they kind of let her walk away one too many times, and where they are truly all accountable for every single action she commits because they've let her get away. That was something Kate wrestled with last season. In one season, valid. Even in 2 seasons, valid. So I'm intrigued. I'm really intrigued about... Okay, so Kate, I will get to next. Now, obviously, I'm very sad about how much Kate has suffered, and I'm trying not to think about that, because Kate and Mary are my 2 favourite characters, and I'm not okay with that. To be honest, I think I have 3 favourite characters now with Ryan. But from season 1, they were my 2 favourite characters. Their sisterly relationship was my favourite thing about the show, and I'm so glad we're going to get that back. The funeral was awful and hard to watch, and it's just knowing what Kate has been through, both in physical pain, mental pain, and now Enigma. We're going to forget Kate Kane. They've taken the necklace, like all the identifiable things that were obvious. Now, if they run her DNA at any point, it will come back as Kate Kane. Given that Alice and Ocean both had memory flashbacks, they both remembered their love life and everything, that suggests to me that Enigma, while she changes your perception, changes your mind, it's still under there, so we can get Kate back. In some ways, if they do make Kate commit villainous actions, they will be the curse of my favourite characters. They always get possessed or lose their mind and go evil for a bit. It's not healthy. Kate will kind of have walked in Alice's shoes a little bit, especially if we're able to de-enigma her a little bit. Like I said, Alice is never going to be the Beth we met from Earth 2 or whichever Earth she was from. Alice will never be that Beth. But she can be a version of herself that is better, that is healthier, that is not a serial killer. I believe. I hope. So for Kate, I'm really stressed about where she's going to go next. And I think it's going to be interesting. Obviously, well, not obviously, but I imagine they will set her off to go and do some terrible thing, and the Bat team will go up against her, and to Black Mask guy, it will be like, oh yes, she killed my daughter and now she's a criminal. I don't really know what his goal is. I mean, she has a brilliant skill set. If she's physically able to do stuff, I don't know how injured she is. So I really just, what is the game plan? What do they want from her? Like, are they just going to make her into someone that is villainous and then ship her off to go be villain? Are they going to, I don't know, what do they want from her? I'm really stressed for Kate. I really want them to find her soon, and then we're going to have to deal with the process of undoing whatever Enigma did. We're going to have to deal with her physical healing and just healing from the trauma she's undergone. What's that going to do to her, to Mary, to Jacob, and what's that going to do to Alice? I'm so intrigued about when we find Kate. When everyone knows it's Kate, what will Alice do? I'm really excited about that, and scared, if I'm honest. And my heart is still breaking for Kate and the fact that they had a funeral for her, and I'm stressed. This was a fantastic episode. You can find the unedited version of my reaction on my Patreon, and thank you so much for watching.